You know, in the world of combat sports, some of the absolute biggest fights happen way outside the ring. And that's what we're breaking down today, a really fiery war of words between two promotional titans, Matchroom Boxing's Eddie Hearn and, of course, the incredibly outspoken president of the UFC, Dana White. And man, things got explosive, and they got explosive fast. When one of Eddie Hearn's fighters decided to jump ship, Dana White went straight for the jugular. He dropped this insult at a packed UFC press conference. And that one comment, that was all it took to light the fuse on a very public and very personal feud. So what really triggers a public takedown this raw between two of the biggest names in the fight game? I mean, there has to be more to it, right? Well, that's the question we're going to unpack right now. All right, first up, the shot fired. Let's look at the specific event that kicked this whole thing off. So the spark? It was a fighter, a guy named Conor Benn, a boxer who'd been with Eddie Hearn for pretty much his whole career, goes and signs a new deal. And who's it with? A new company called Zuffa Boxing. The interesting twist here? Zuffa Boxing is the new venture that's backed by, you guessed it, Dana White and the UFC's parent company. So that brings us to our next point, a fighter's betrayal. Because for Eddie Hearn, this wasn't just another business deal. No, this was deeply personal. And Hearn, he did not mince words about how he felt. He wasn't just disappointed. He said he felt massively betrayed. You can tell that for him, the relationship he has with his fighters goes way beyond just a simple contract. This one clearly stung. And you know what made that feeling of betrayal even worse? It was how it all went down. Hearn claims the whole deal was done in secret, totally behind his back. And then, to add insult to injury, when he tried to reach out to Ben just to talk it over, he says he was completely shut down, just ignored. Okay, so this leads us right to the heart of the conflict. It's really a fundamental clash in philosophy between these two promoters. It's all about emotion versus business. From where Eddie Hearn is sitting, the divide couldn't be clearer. He sees himself as someone who's emotionally invested, someone who genuinely cares about these guys. And in his view, Dana White and his whole team, they're the complete opposite. Just cold, detached, and focused only on the bottom line. I mean, Hearn really paints a picture with this description, doesn't he? He portrays White as this king in his castle, puffing on a cigar, celebrating these massive profits, and just completely removed from the human drama of the sport. It's a really powerful image. And how does Hearn see himself in contrast? Well, he fully embraces his emotional, sometimes, over-the-top celebrations. He argues that looking like Humpty Dumpty in the ring isn't some act, it's genuine passion. For him, that's the proof that he actually truly cares. And this is where Hearn takes that insult from Dana White and throws it right back. He completely rejects this idea that showing you're hurt or passionate somehow makes you weak. He basically calls that emotionless tough guy act a persona, something fake you do for Instagram, while his own feelings are the real deal. But don't mistake Hearn's emotion for a lack of business savvy. He is a master promoter, and he saw a crystal clear opportunity in Dana White's attack. This is the art of promotion. And this right here, this is where you see the strategic mind kick in. Hearn instantly recognized that Dana White, one of the biggest names in American sports, talking about him, even insulting him at a UFC press event was basically free advertising. For a British promoter trying to crack the US market, it was pure gold. All right, finally, let's talk about who really holds the power here. Because when you actually follow the money behind this Conor Benn deal, you find out something really interesting. It's not really about Dana White at all. And here it is, the big twist. Dana White might be the public face of Zuffa Boxing, but he is not the one writing the checks. The real financial muscle behind this whole operation, it comes from somewhere else entirely. Okay, let's just break this new power structure down real quick. The money, all of it, comes from Salah, which is a Saudi Arabian entity run by Turki al-Sheikh, a guy who's become a massive player in boxing. Then you have the UFC's parent company, TKO Group. They get paid a fee to actually organize the events. And Dana White, he's the famous face of the operation. This quote, it reveals everything. It shows that Eddie Hearn gets the new landscape perfectly. He's not mad at Turki al-Sheikh, the guy with the money. He sees him as a powerful, pragmatic operator. Hearn's perspective is totally clear-eyed. You work together when it makes sense, but you always understand that loyalty has its limits. He knows exactly who holds the real power.
So this brings us to the final question. You have Eddie Hearn, who masterfully spun a personal insult into a massive branding opportunity. But at the same time, this whole feud was started by a big business loss, funded by a new global power in the sport. It really makes you wonder, in the absolutely ruthless world of fight promotion, is all publicity really good publicity? Or is there a line between a personal attack and a brilliant strategic move? That's something to think about.